Alright, Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. This is your brother Yerushalayim, coming back at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. And this video, basically is just going to be surrounding this what you see on screen. Okay, before I read, I'm just going to read this article. Alright, it's just an article that's that's publicly available, alright, for public use. Okay, but I'm going to read the disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for the fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, reporting, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, right? And and beside that, I'm making it expressly clear to YouTube, all right, expressly clear to YouTube that this is not medical advice. This is not scientific advice, right? I'm just reading an article, I say, that's available publicly, okay? And this article says the WHO declares monkeypox a global health emergency as infection soar. Okay, it says what the WHO on Saturday declared the international outbreak a global emergency, a decision that underscores concerns about the rapidly spreading infections sparked by the virus. All right, basically, they say that they have more than 16,500 cases, okay, that have been reported in 74 countries, all right. But what we just saying, they're saying to the brothers and the sisters who listening, all right, this is just for you to pay attention to. All right, we know what's going on, we know what's happening in the world right now, all right. We understand that what's happening, the Lord is doing our work, all right, and the thing is, we call to be watchful. Alright, to watch and pray. Alright. It says the decision means the world is now confronting two viral diseases that have crossed the extraordinary threshold of being declared emergency. Okay. Alright, so basically, it's going down the same road as what happened before. Alright, Crown Vic Royal, the 1-9er. Okay, it's going down that same road. Okay. And basically they're saying that this one here is related to men who have sex with men, okay, which we know is an abomination in the sight of the Lord. All right, so hey, we know where this is going. All right, we know where this is going. All right, so let me just read a few quick precepts, not to be too long. Let's go to the Blue Letter Bible. Let's get the Blue Letter, Book of Luke 21. Verse 36. Alright. It says, I'll start at verse 34. Luke 21 and 34. And this is why we had to watch. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your heart, which is your mind, be overcharged, right, with surfeiting and drunkenness, which means dulled, with carousing and drunkenness, and cares of this life. And so that they come upon you unawares, which means what the Lord said. The Lord said, be circumspect. Alright. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. So it's going to come as a snare, a trap. Alright, when people not expecting it. I know this is why Yahweh Shai said, when he come back, blessed is the servant that basically keep watch. That he doing what his master says to do. That's roughly paraphrasing. That's why the scriptures say, let me get Revelation 3 and verse 10. It says what? It says, because thou have kept the word of my patience. What's the word of the Lord? Patience. Obeying his commands. Right? Go to the highways and the byways, preach, do the videos, sit downs, push the word of the Lord. Right? And most of all, apply it to yourself. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Alright? Tell the people to repent. Warn the people. Okay, that's our job. Alright, it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Right, that's the snare. that will come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast, that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Okay, so this is what we call to do, because you know that temptation is going to come upon the whole world quick as a snare, as a trap, for those who are not aware of this truth. All right, verse 36 reads, Luke 21 and 36, watch ye therefore and pray always, pray without ceasing, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all the things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man, before who Yahweh Shai. So this is what we call to do. So you see, Lord said, you know, pray always, pray that we will be accounted worthy to escape all these things, all these devilish things, like what you saw in the article leading up to what, you know, the destruction of what the economy, and ultimately to the more T to the B, you know, that C to the H, the I to the P, which is coming. Okay, you know, which if you take it, you know, that's it for you. Your goose is cooked. All right. So we have to pray that we know that we keep the word of the Lord patient. Pray that we protected from the Lord keep us from the hour of temptation. All right, let's get the precept. Matthew 26, 41. All right, Matthew 26, and this is important too. In fact, this wasn't the one I was looking for, but it's important too. He said Matthew 26 and 40, and he come up upon his disciples and finding them asleep. So we can't be asleep. Which saith unto Peter, what, could you not watch with me 1 hour? All right, it's when the Lord was in the garden, I believe. You know. It says, verse 41, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So we had to overcome that flesh. You know, and that's what we're doing, you know, by building up our faith, doing these videos, pushing, feeding the flock, feeding the sheep, the elect. All right, we also building up our faith for that day. You know, without faith is a gift. Without faith, it's impossible to please the Lord, and it's impossible in this time coming up, you know, to live, you know, to make it to the end. All right, to endure to the end, to get that reward that's waiting for us, that everlasting life. Okay. Let's go to Mark 13. It's 13 and verse 33. Alright, it says, Mark 13 and 32. But of that day and of that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Only the Father knows. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. Okay? You don't know when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, as Yahweh Shai, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, which is what the men of the Lord, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at evening, or at midnight, or at cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. So we need to watch. Okay, we had to watch, because why? At the end of the day, we know that these plagues coming. The Lord told us that He's going to send certain plagues, right? You know, this is what it is. I'm not going to go too much into this, but in fact, let me see if I can get this. Now, I'm just going to read this part here, because you know exactly, you know what I'm talking about here. 2 Ezra 16 and 37. It reads, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, right? So one after the other. Then they say that they happen two at one time, right? This new one here with the old one 9 now. Alright? As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth the son within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth they slack not a moment. So there's not going to be one after the other. It's going to have more after this too. Just like the plagues, that the ancient plagues of Egypt. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall not mourn, and sorrow shall not come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So everything that you're doing on this earth, you know, don't forget about the worldly cares. You know, take off the mortal mind, put on the immortal mind. Alright, forget about your family, you know, your wife, even your children, you know, your work, alright? things that you like, your car, your house, these things not going to mean anything eventually, you know. Family, well, you pray for them. You know, those one day you have Hashem, you shy, you know, pray they have mercy upon them for your sake. Okay? You know, pretty much that's it. So, you know, I just want to say again, alright, to YouTube, alright, this is not medical advice or any scientific advice. Just read an article here, okay? You know, that's available publicly for anybody to come and read. Okay? So with that, pray this little lesson was edifying. You know, watch and pray. Shalom.